Hi everybody, this is Rick from Studio Spades, and today I'm going to show you the new Boolean function that has been added to Explorer Tool. So let me just drag one Explorer Tool in and everything will get imported, and make sure you center everything by pressing Shift S and pressing selection to cursor so that everything is centered out at 0, 0, 0. With everything selected, press M, new collection, enter something like BET, Blender Explorer Tool, press enter twice, and you'll have a collection with everything in it to keep it nice and tidy. And let's add a shape that we're gonna cut into with the Boolean tool. So let's add a cube, and because I like flat cubes, I'm gonna make it flat for no particular reason. Let's add that to a collection as well. Press M, cube, sorta, enter twice and hide it, and then load it up into Explorer Tool, and then it'll pop up back on your screen. Okay, so Boolean, it's right here after the layer material override. It's early in the chain, and yeah, all the effects get processed in this order, or most of them. So it's early in the chain because yeah, it's Booleans it can be quite process heavy, and if you're gonna Boolean stuff that you extruded, for example, your PC will probably crash. So what are we going to use to cut through the mesh here? Let's add a maybe a cylinder. That will be nice. Let's add it here. And as you can see, you need a Boolean collection. Explorer Tool works with collections, so you can use multiple items in that collection. So select the cylinder, new collection again, name it something that you like. I'm using Boolean. The name doesn't matter. I just like to keep my projects clean and tidy. So let's add Boolean, and boom, something happens, but it seems it's not doing it really correctly. That will probably be because it is the exact scale as the cube, and yeah, that just doesn't really work well in Blender if it's the exact same size. So you can scale it down or up to have it cut through the cube. Now we can solve this problem though if we put the scale back to 1, because there are a couple of Boolean types. We have intersect. Let me just scale it down a bit for demonstration purposes. Intersect union, which shows both objects and combines them. Difference, that'll make sure the Boolean here cuts out from the cube. And inverted difference does the inverted effect. So it makes sure the cubes cut through the cylinder in this case. We also have some exact Boolean types. They do the same as intersect. So intersect exact does the exact same thing, only it uses a more accurate way of cutting. So it will be heavier for your PC. The frame rate will probably be lower when you use exact than when you use the normal intersect. So keep an eye on the frame rate there. It's 22, 23. If I switch back to intersect, we have a higher frame rate. So the exact is yeah, just a bit more demanding for your computer, but it can prevent some errors happening here with the Boolean cuts. But if you don't need it, it's best to not use it. So we have a couple of other options here. We can position the Boolean collection and create nice effects that way. Pretty cool. Let's center it out again. We can, of course, like I already did, change the scale uniformly, but also on each axis, so we can scale X, Y, and Z, which doesn't really do anything because, yeah, it's just cutting through in the Z axis here. So right now it doesn't do a lot, but we can rotate, of course. Let's go back to difference. We can rotate it. Quite a lot of options here to yeah, create your own shapes. And the nice thing about Explorer Tool is that all the other effects work as well. So we could make it move over time a bit with some noise. Maybe do the same with rotate. It's being modified by the noise here. And we can always use different modifiers, of course. So if we use the sine wave, it'll modify in a different way. Pretty cool. And we can process that further, of course, with split faces, which makes everything explode. Maybe use sine wave 1 here as well. So yeah, the exploded faces seem to be going through each other, which makes sense because it does it in whatever direction we want to explode it in. So the inward faces of the inside cut go through the outward ones and vice versa, which makes sense for this shape. But I don't really like that effect right now, so let's turn off split faces. We can extrude, of course. That still works as well. Scale down the faces. If you split the faces, it'll create a different effect. Let's remove the noise, position, and rotate effects for now, so it won't move. And let's turn off the faces moving as well. So yeah, a lot of options. Let's see what intersect does. We can extrude everything as well. Maybe scale up or scale down the faces. You can get some interesting shapes by combining the Boolean and extrude or split faces, of course. Maybe add another level of extrude and extrude further. Everything individually. Maybe extrude the sides from the previous extrude. Let me just switch to a madcap here. And of course, the extrudes can be animated automatically as well. Basically everything in the Explorer tool can be animated automatically. One downside of the Boolean, though, I have not been able to get the modifier system, this modifier system with the drop downs here that works in extrude and explode. Checkbox explode has it as well. I've not been able to get it to work in the Boolean section yet. I hope to fix this in the future, but right now we cannot use the modifier system here on the Boolean collection. So all other objects that you load into Explorer tool in the layer section here, of course, do work. But yeah, it seems to be a problem because it creates new geometry, of course, out of the two or multiple meshes that we are Booleanizing, if that is a word. So yeah, I've not been able to get it to work yet. I hope to fix that in the future, or maybe it's a Blender bug, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But for now, yeah, feel free to use this very cool new function. which enables you to create radical new shapes. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it. Try different shapes, of course, because the possibilities are endless. Maybe add a torus to this and add it to Boolean. That creates that effect, I guess. You never know what's gonna happen on your screen. Pretty cool. Nice. And you can process everything further, of course. That's the beauty of Explorer Tool. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys create with it. So have fun and take care.